Welcome to our exploration of the ever-evolving world of hacking. In this digital age, the term hacking often conjures images of shadowy figures typing away in dark rooms, but there's so much more to the story. Hacking has transformed significantly, impacting everything from our personal devices to global infrastructure. Today, we're diving into 10 fascinating ways hacking is reshaping our world. From the clever maneuvers of phone phreakers to the crucial battles for the right to repair, join us as we uncover the unexpected and intriguing ways hacking continues to evolve. Get ready to have your mind expanded and your understanding of hacking completely redefined. But before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a new video, click the bell icon as well. It really helps me out and I appreciate it a lot. Alright, let's get started. Phone phreaking, a term that might sound like something out of a magician's handbook, was the original hacking back when rotary phones were the norm. These early tech wizards could manipulate phone systems to make free long-distance calls or even mess with elevator phones. Imagine being stuck in an elevator while someone tells jokes over the intercom. Though the old-school tricks have mostly vanished, don't hang up yet. Modern phone systems still hide some sneaky secrets. For instance, using *67 before dialing can make your number appear as private on the recipient's caller ID. Ever missed a call and wondered who it was? Dial *69 to call them right back, although it's a gamble if they've hidden their number. Here's a neat trick for smartphone users. When calling a company, you can skip the wait and directly dial an extension. On Android, tap the 3 dots during a call and add a pause. On iOS, just hold the star key before entering the extension. If you thought phone hacking was cool, wait until you hear about the new playground for hackers, baby monitors. Watch out, because what comes next might just shock you. Can you believe that something as innocent as a baby monitor could become a hacker's playground? It's true. Many baby monitors now connect to Wi-Fi and come with features like video streaming and smartphone apps, so parents can watch over their little ones from anywhere. But here's the spooky part. Some sneaky hackers use these gadgets for tricks, not treats. These tech trolls tap into unsecured monitors, using creepy voice changers to scare babies and their parents. You might think this only happens if someone forgets to set a password, but there's more to it. In 2015, a security expert named Chuck Beardsley found that many baby monitors don't have strong security measures. They're like houses with doors that don't lock properly. So even if you update your software and change your password, it might not keep the hackers out. His advice? Sometimes, the best tech is low tech. Consider using a baby monitor that doesn't connect to the internet to keep those digital goblins at bay. Ready to switch gears from spooky baby monitors to the world of farming? You won't believe how today's farmers are turning into hackers themselves. Think of a hacker, and you might imagine someone in a dark room typing furiously into a computer. Now picture a farmer, quite a different image, right? But guess what? Many farmers are now becoming tech wizards out of necessity. Here's why. Big companies like John Deere design their tractors and farm equipment with special software that locks down the machinery. This means farmers can't just fix their own equipment. If something breaks, they're supposed to go to specific dealerships for repairs. But these dealerships can be miles away, and waiting for help can mean losing crops, something farmers can't afford. To take control back, farmers are learning to hack into their own machines. This way, they can do repairs quickly, without waiting for an official mechanic to show up. They're fighting for their right to repair the tools they own, even though companies like John Deere argue that this hacking could lead to safety and maintenance issues. Speaking of fighting for rights, up next is an incredible tale of a computer chip that's supposed to be unhackable. Let's see how it's holding up against the world's best hackers. Ever heard someone say nothing is unhackable? Well, Researchers at the University of Michigan are trying to prove that wrong. They've created a prototype computer chip called Morpheus that might just be the superhero of cybersecurity. This isn't just any chip. It's like a digital fortress that keeps rebuilding its walls. Imagine trying to solve a puzzle, but every time you blink, the pieces move. That's what hackers face with Morpheus. Last year, 500 skilled white hat hackers, the good guys who help find security flaws, tried to break into Morpheus during a 3-month challenge. Despite their efforts, the chip remained secure, holding up its shield against every attack. While Morpheus has been invincible so far, its creators know the battle isn't over. They've essentially dared hackers worldwide to try and crack it, turning this chip into a tantalizing target for anyone wanting to make a mark in the hacking world. From digital fortresses to digital invaders, our next story takes a turn towards the dark side of technology with ransomware. Get ready to dive into the shadowy world of cyber extortion. Tesla, known for its sleek electric cars and a superstar CEO, faces a unique challenge from its own customers. As cars get smarter, filled with computers and high-tech gadgets, fixing them becomes a job for a specialist, or so Tesla would prefer. However, the high cost of repairs at official Tesla service centers has driven some owners to take matters into their own hands. Imagine being told that fixing your car's battery would cost $16,000. That happened to one Tesla owner. Thankfully, he found a mechanic who could do the job for just $700. This mechanic, Richard Benoit, has become somewhat of a hero in the Tesla community, offering repairs for thousands less than Tesla's own estimates. In another instance, he charged $5,000 for a repair that Tesla had priced at over $20,000. Despite numerous inquiries, Tesla has remained tight-lipped about these high repair costs. As we switch gears from cars to scams, prepare to learn how some clever con artists are using phone calls to trick people into letting them into their computers. Get ready, because this next twist in hacking is something you'll want to answer. In the digital age, hackers are getting crafty, not with code, but with conversation. Instead of breaking into your computer with complex software, some are now simply tricking you into letting them in. Picture this. It's like a burglar who knocks on your door and says, "Hey, I'm here to check your pipes," only to swipe your laptop when you're not looking. Here's how the scam unfolds. A hacker calls you, pretending to be tech support. They might say you have a virus, or they have a special refund or offer just for you. To help you, they ask you to download a program like TeamViewer, a tool that lets someone else control your computer remotely. Sounds helpful, right? But once they're in, they can take what they want, your personal info, bank details, or even install harmful software. TeamViewer and police departments worldwide have issued warnings about this scam because of its growing popularity. So, if you ever get a mysterious call about computer problems, think twice before letting anyone in digitally. Just when you think hackers couldn't get more devious, our next segment introduces a problem that's locking people out of their data and demanding a ransom. Let's take a look at how ransomware is reshaping the landscape of cyber threats. Think about all the accounts you have, streaming, social media, emails, and more. It's a lot, right? Now imagine using the same key for your house, car, and office. Handy, but risky. This is what happens when you reuse passwords across different sites. It's like giving hackers a master key to your digital life. Here's a real eye-opener. A cybersecurity firm recently discovered a database in the Netherlands with over 2 million usernames and passwords from various sites. Shockingly, 30% of these people reuse their passwords, making it easy for hackers to try one password on multiple accounts until they hit the jackpot. But don't fret. The solution might be simpler than you think. Password managers are like the superhero sidekicks of the internet. They help you create and store strong, unique passwords for each account, so you only need to remember one master password. It's a smart way to keep your digital doors locked tight against intruders. Speaking of keeping things locked tight, our next topic dives into the alarming world of ransomware. Get ready to discover how this digital menace is holding data hostage and why you should care. Ransomware might sound like something out of a spy movie, but it's a very real and growing threat in our digital world. Imagine if one day you tried to use your computer, but instead of starting up, it showed a message demanding money to unlock it. That's ransomware, and it's like someone kidnapping your data and holding it for ransom. This problem has gotten bigger and scarier with the rise of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which allow hackers to demand payments that are hard to trace. No longer just targeting small targets, these cybercriminals have set their sights on big, critical systems. For instance, in 2021, ransomware attacks hit some major targets. The Colonial Pipeline, which supplies half the gasoline to the east coast of the U.S., was disrupted, causing widespread fuel shortages. Even scarier, in Brazil, hackers disrupted electricity at 2 major power plants, and in Norway, an attack affected 85% of the country's water supply. These high-profile attacks have served as a wake-up call, pushing companies and governments to beef up their cybersecurity. But as we move forward, the threat remains very real. From cyber kidnappings to the digital manipulations of social media, let's explore how social engineering is changing the game in hacking. As digital fortresses become tougher to breach with brute force, hackers have switched tactics to something much sneakier: social engineering. This method isn't about breaking through digital walls. Instead, it's about tricking you into handing over the keys. Think of it like a digital con artist who's after your secrets. Here's how they do it. Security questions on websites are supposed to help verify your identity. You know, those questions like, what's your mother's maiden name? Or what was your first pet's name? Hackers have gotten clever, creating quizzes and memes on social media that seem harmless, but are actually designed to fish out these personal details. Ever seen those fun quizzes on Facebook asking you to share your superhero name based on your first pet and the street you grew up on? That's exactly what you should avoid. The Better Business Bureau warns against participating in these quizzes for a good reason. To stay safe, you might even consider bending the truth on your security questions. Just make sure you remember your answers, or you might lock yourself out. Next up, we delve into the grassroots movement that's challenging tech companies over their restrictive practices. Get ready to learn about the right to repair and why it matters. In today's digital age, hacking isn't just about breaking into systems, it's also about breaking out of restrictions. This is where the right to repair movement comes into play. It's a coalition of lawyers, tech enthusiasts, and advocates pushing for your right to fix the gadgets you own, from smartphones to farm equipment. Here's why it matters. Sure, you might think you can repair your devices anywhere, but manufacturers like John Deere and Apple have been making it tougher by locking down systems and using software that blocks third-party repairs. It's like buying a car, but being told you can only service it at specific dealerships that charge way too much. The movement argues that if you bought it, you should be able to fix it. It gained enough momentum that President Biden stepped in, signing an executive order to encourage the FTC to make it easier for consumers to do repairs through third parties. This order is a big step forward, ensuring our right to tweak, tinker, and repair our own stuff without hitting unnecessary roadblocks. As we wrap up our journey through the evolving world of hacking, remember, from securing our digital doors to reclaiming the right to repair, staying informed is our best defense. If you like what I do in here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.